Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Planet for Tech. I hope you all are doing great and learning lots by watching all the continuous episode of the series Python Beginner to Master. So guys, till now we have completed 16 episode of this series and today in the 17th episode I am going to describe you the new concept that is variable scope. So in this we are going to understand what is the different type of variable scopes, the local scopes and the global scope, and what is the definition of variable scope, and we are going to understand how we can use the global keyword to modify the global scope variable. So let's start it. So these four topics we are going to discuss in this episode. The first one is what is variable scope. So the first point we have to understand like what this scope is in the program. So you can see here the scope of the variables refer to the area of the program where the variables can be accessed after its declaration. What it means? It means if you are declaring any variable in the program, then that area where that variable can be accessed is known as variable scope. So this is about the definition of the variable scope. Let me show you by one example here. So you can see here in this, let me write new code here. So guys, here you can see I have declared one variable here a equals to 12, and here in the line number 4 I have used this variable just to print the value. So let me run it and let me show you. This is py demo. This, yeah, you can see 12 is printing there. So this space from line number 1 to line number 4, this complete space is available where we can access this variable value a. So this scope is called as the variable scope because in this particular region we can use it anywhere. Let's suppose if I'm going to line number 10, so here also I can print. There is no error. So the place till where we can access the particular declared variable, that area is called as the scope of the variable. So I hope you can understand this definition. The scope of the variables refer to the area of the program where the variables can be accessed after a declaration. The another point we are going to understand is defining function inside another function. So this is as per my knowledge, this is only available in Python, because in other programming language we cannot define the function inside the another function. So let me show you what I am saying here. So let's suppose I have one function like def. So guys, in a previous episode, I have already covered this topic in a very broad way, like how to create the function, what is the different type of function. So we basically use the def keyword to create the new function. So I'm going to create the new function here. Let me show here. Let's suppose display. This is the first function I'm going to create here, like this. So inside this function, this is the function, and inside this function, I'm going to have x equals to 12, and I'm going to define new function. So you can see here, so this is possible print x. So this is possible only in case of Python, because here you can see we are able to define the new function inside the function. So this is called as the function inside another function. So this kind of structure is only possible in Python. So this is called as the function inside the another function. So here you can see in the code I have one function display, and inside this I have created new function, that is show function. So this is called as the function inside function. So let's see how we can call this function inside function. So what we need to do, from outside the function we can call this display. So we are just calling this display method, but we are not calling the show method. That is why this print statement will not get executed. So how we can call this show method? So to do that, we have to call this method inside this method only, in the display method, like this. So here you can see in the line number 5, I have called the method which is defined already inside this function at the line number 3. So we have to the child method, sorry, the child function we have to call in the parent, inside the parent method, parent function itself. So we cannot call the child function outside the parent function. You can see here. So here I am able to call this display method, but I'm not able to call the show method. If I will call it, so definitely it will show the error. So let me show you, is it showing or not? You can see here it is showing like show method is not available, not defined. This is why, because the show method is defined inside the function and that function is not yet called. So it will show that error. So how we can call this child function here? So for that we need to call its parent, and the parent is going to call its child method inside its definition. So now you can see it is working properly here. Here we can see the output as 12. So this way guys, you have to make a note. We are not allowed to call the child function outside the parent function, but we can call the child function inside the parent function itself, but from outside we can call only this parent function. So we can call the display function, but we can't call the show method, show function outside the display. So this is all about the function inside the another function. Now let's see the another point. So the next point is local scope. We are going to understand the local scope and global scope. So let me show you. So guys, what local scope means? So local scope means if we are going to define any variable inside the function, so that function will be available, that variable will be available only inside the function. We cannot access its value outside the function. So that is called as the local scope. So let me write the definition here. Variable declared inside any function will have local scope. You can see the definition here. So this definition we have to remember. Variable declared inside any function will have the local scope. So let me show you by programming. So here I can see inside the display function I have defined the x, and here I am just I just want to print this x outside the display method. So is it possible? Let me show you. Definitely no, because we have defined this x variable inside the function. So whatever variable we are defining inside the function will have the local scope only. What it means? It means this variable is available only inside the function. Outside the function we cannot call it. So let me show you, is it calling or not? So here you can see it is showing this x is not defined. So this is about the local scope. So whatever we have defined inside the function, that can be used only inside the function, because this is not going to be available outside this function. So here you can see here we can use it properly and we can call this method. So this x is not available outside this function. That is why its scope is called as local scope. Now, in the opposite of this, there is a global scope. So what it means global scope? So global scope means something is defined outside the function. Something is defined outside the function. So this variable will be available outside the function as well as inside the function. So this is having the global scope. So guys, you can see here I have made a function. So here it is available inside the function as well outside the function. So let me show you. So if something is available inside the function and outside the function, and it is declared outside the function, so it is called as the global scope. So this variable is having global scope, means we can call it inside the function as well as outside the function. Let me show you. You can see here inside the function as well we have 12 and outside the function we have 12. So this kind of variable is called as global scope variable. So let's see what happened if I'm going to change its value x equals to x plus 1. Then see what happens. Now you can see here cannot access local variable x where it is not associated with a value. You can see we can print the global variable inside the function. We can access it, but we cannot modify. So guys, here you have to notice uh, global variable. Global variable we can't modify inside function. So this is the new problem. So to overcome this issue, there is a one keyword which is available. So that keyword is the global keyword, global x. If we are declaring any variable inside the function as a global x, it means it is going to take the value from global scope, means it is going to take the value x equals to 12. And after that, we are just modifying it x is equal to x plus 1. So here it is going to print x equals to 13. So here inside the function we are incrementing the value of x, but it is doing this modification in the global variable. So what will happen? It is going to update the value of x inside the function as well as outside the function. This is because we have updated the global variable x. So this is the global variable, not a local variable. So once you will do any modification inside the function, so that modification will exist outside the function as well. So let me show you, is it showing like that or not? So guys, here you can see 13 and 13, it is showing two times. So inside the function is 13 and we have modified its value. That is why it is permanently modified. Why? Because we have used the global keyword here. That is why it is permanently modified inside and outside both. So this is the usage of that global keyword here. So I hope guys this one is very much clear to you, like what is the local scope, what is the global scope, and how we can use that. So for this episode this much guys, and in the next episode I am going to describe you some new topic of Python. Till that time, be stay tuned and do the practice. And if you haven't watched our previous episodes, so don't forget to watch to have the better understanding on function. And one last thing, like if you guys want to join us in our WhatsApp, so this is our WhatsApp number, so you can join there. And we are also available in the Facebook, Telegram, and other social media as well. So there simply you have to type Planet for Tech, so you will find our channel there. So you can join us there and you can ask your query if you have any question. So you can ask your question here in the comment section as well. So if you have not subscribed our channel till now, so don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get the latest notification. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching.